There we go.
Hi guys!
Hello, folks. I'm in a much better mood today. Life is good.
I'm doing a mukbang. No, what's it called? Mukbang.
Yes.
Which apparently is when I eat while we're doing a video.
Okay, so today we're going to be doing a Q&A.
Can I just say a disclaimer?
Yes.
The other day, I was counselling Mary about her weight on the video, as if I was really thin. I just want to say, I do understand that I am stones and stones overweight.
But we don't do that.
We don't do that. So I'm just having some toast and Marmite here, guys, while we're chatting. I've got some vegan jam as well, just in case.
Okay, so first of all, I said that people could ask questions to me, my editor Niall, and Mumu. And can I just say, I thought we weren't going to get any questions, and I was very prepared to just make them up and ask them between us.
Yeah.
Which would have been quite fun doing a Q&A for ourselves.
It would, yeah.
Asking each other stuff, but we actually did get questions. The very first question is, when is your lovely editor uploading more PSAs and PIFs? I'm hooked. So for those who don't know, my editor is actually a YouTuber himself, a pretty darn amazing one, as in like 60k subscribers.
Called Hello, I'm a Pizza.
Called Hello, I'm a Pizza. So if you don't follow Hello, I'm a Pizza, go subscribe now. What are you doing? If you're not,
he's amazing.
His kind of theme is, if you're a horror fan, you'll love this. It's very like creepy. So when you were a kid, did you ever see those like TV like adverts that were almost like short films that were about things of like a serious nature, like road traffic accidents or drink driving or drinking or smoking, just things that were a little bit creepy and a bit like, oh, he specializes in making compilations of the creepiest ones of those, and they are really good and really creepy and really disturbing, and he does them from all over the world. Yes,
they're amazing.
So go check out Hello, I'm a Pizza, because he's actually incredible. I mean, that's literally how we became friends.
Yeah.
I was like standing his channel hard. Anyway, so
if you smoke, don't watch the smoking ones.
Yeah, because it just makes you want to smoke more, according to Mother. Also, there are animal abuse ones, so just trigger
really
warning.
Bad.
Anyway, but the actual question was, when is he uploading more? Well, I can't say too much because I'm not really allowed to give that kind of information, but I will say keep an eye on his channel because something's in the pipeline and I'm very excited. I've seen little snippets and it's going to be good, guys. Okay. There was another question for him. Someone asked Niall whether pineapple belongs on pizza, but I can tell you he says no.
Absolutely not.
She says no. I say, a bit like Joey Tribbiani, pizza good, pineapple good, so it works. Food just works together, like any food works together. Like, that's why I wasn't bothered about Gramps putting the crumble.
Tell them about your Gramps doing that.
My granddad's a bit forgetful these days. To put it lightly, he doesn't actually have a diagnosis of anything yet. But basically, at the moment, my uncles and aunties and stuff are cooking for my grandma and granddad, and they bought him this like roast dinner, and they bought him like some like rhubarb crumble for pudding. Anyway, so he starts like plating up his roast, like piling it on, and then on the top of the pile he pours the rhubarb crumble and custard. And my uncle very delicately said, "Would you like a separate plate for that?" And he said, "Oh no, it all goes down the same hole," and laughed and went off whistling. So at least he's happy.
Do that.
I would.
When you've got Alzheimer's, you'll do that.
When I've got Alzheimer's, someone's going to have to put a real control on my eating. Anyway, so that's the argument about pineapple and pizza. And the other question for Niall, the editor of our dreams, was, Niall, your editing is just perfection. Will you marry me? So Niall, you've got a marriage proposal there to think about. Okay. The actual questions for us. The very first question. What were your dream jobs / aspirations as a kid? Mum, would you like to go? Or are you
go
eating?
first, darling.
I'm pretty sure that from the day I could hold a pen, I wanted to be a writer. Like, I always knew that I wanted to write books. And I haven't written any. And I'm 28. Hashtag depression. Actually, it's not even that. It's like, you know what I do? I get an idea in my head. I get really excited about it. I start writing it. And then it just stops. But I read something that said, if you do that, then it's not the right book for you. Because if you're that passionate, you'll finish it. So I obviously haven't found the right book for me yet. But it'll come. But anyway, so I'm pretty sure that I just always wanted to be a writer. And I think every kid always wants to be a vet as well. But I have like bounced around other things like lawyer, psychologist.
I was going to remind you that you wanted to be a vet.
Oh, I think every kid wants to be a vet, and then you realise that you're going to have to euthanize animals and it's going to be shit.
You wanted to work with orcas as well.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that before I understood captivity, I'm sure I wanted to be some kind of orca trainer, but that didn't last long. I knew captivity was cruel from a very young age, so I wanted to be a marine biologist.
That's it.
Badly.
Yeah.
And part of me still would love that, but you know, illness, lol. Mummy, what did you want to do as a kid?
Well, all I knew was that flying was really exciting. I'd never done it. All I ever wanted to do was be an air hostess, but I didn't know what it entailed, because if I did, I wouldn't have wanted to be one.
But how old were you? I'm sure you were young.
I was really young, yeah. But from a really, really young age, and I still could do it now, I would love it now, I wanted to be an actress.
I think she should.
No, I can't.
Why not? I mean, there must be a role for a disabled, really, really disabled person. Really, really disabled. You could play like a coma patient, you just lay there.
Stop it.
For like some scenes.
When I was young, I just thought I wanted a role in The $6 Million Man. Or The Incredible Hulk or something like that. I really wanted.
You say you?
I wanted a role.
You wanted to roll in. I thought you meant I'm gonna roll in.
No,
but you meant
a role.
You want a part. Yeah.
I wanted a part. Yeah.
Long story short, she wanted to be an actress.
Yes.
And an air hostess.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. What's the scariest film / TV show you've ever watched in your lives? Do you want to go first or shall I? Okay, I really should say spoiler alert if you haven't seen some of these films. For me, this question's really difficult because I feel like there are two kind of factors here. There's things that you think are really scary. Like, I can watch a film and appreciate the level of like horror that goes into that and say to myself, okay, that's petrifying. But films that actually keep me awake at night and I actually look behind myself because I'm scared. Yeah. That's rare. The things that actually frighten me are things that could happen. So any films about kidnap, murder, rape, torture, things that are possible. Like, I don't know, like friends going on a camping trip and then one of them's abducted and tortured horrifically. Stuff like that really messes with me. I tell you what really scared me, Wolf Creek.
Did it?
That's a really scary film. I wouldn't say it's the scariest. If I had to, like, gun to my head, someone said, what is the scariest film you've ever seen? Hereditary.
That is terrifying.
I love that film, though. It's literally my favourite horror.
I'm totally the opposite with my...
She is so scared of supernatural.
I'm so scared of the supernatural and the devil. That's my biggest fear. And without a doubt, gun to my head, it would be The Exorcist.
She slept on the floor for 2 years.
When I was 19 when I saw it with my sister, my big sister, and she was just as scared as me. She thought her daughter was going to float down the room when she was a baby. When I was 19, I saw it, and from the very first half an hour in, when Reagan comes downstairs and wets herself,
that is scary.
I just found it so sinister.
The book is really bad.
And the banging upstairs from the loft, and then her bed shaking. I know it probably seems all funny to millennials, but it wasn't funny at the time.
No.
It was petrifying.
I think millennials can appreciate it. It's more the generation below us that probably don't understand.
Okay, what are they called again? Gen Z?
Gen Z, yeah.
Gen Z.
I didn't mean to make a face. Gen Z are fine.
It was terrifying, and I was so scared that my bed was going to shake that for 2 years I put my mattress on the floor and slept on the floor. And I remember going round to my friend Sally's house, and I went to the toilet on my own, and I'd only seen it in the last few days. And I remember thinking in the toilet, what's going to happen? Something's going to move.
Oh my god.
Something's going to make a noise, and I was petrified.
You know what else is really scary? Like, this is more a specific scene, but in The Sixth Sense, when he goes for a pee and that woman's in the kitchen and walks past.
Oh my god, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
The Grudge made me cry, and
yeah, The Conjuring. She walked out of the cinema.
Yeah.
We went on Halloween together for a midnight screening.
Yeah.
And she left halfway
I
through.
walked out because I was so scared. It was when that thing jumped off the wardrobe.
She nearly walked out of the clapping game.
Yeah,
but
just that clapping game frightened me.
if I was to talk about a specific scene, I don't think the film is scary, but Pet Sematary, the scenes with the main character Rachel, her sister Zelda.
Terrifying.
I mean, I slept in my mum's bed for a week. If there was a power cut tonight and I was on the toilet by myself, that would be the first thing I'd think about is Zelda. That last half hour of Hereditary is explosive.
Terrifying.
Okay, if you could befriend one celebrity of your choice, who would you pick and why? Okay, so my first thought is, can it be someone who's already passed? No, I guess not.
Yeah, that's my first thought, because you know who mine would be?
George
Michael.
Oh,
I'd love to have been best friends with him.
They would have been so close, I know.
We would have had such a laugh.
She didn't know George, but she did kind of see him around.
I did.
She did see him on a bus. And they had a giggle, and then she danced next to him in a club.
I did. I don't mean to be awful, and I hope no one sues me, but I think he'd taken something. His dancing was...
No one's gonna sue you.
His dancing was
I think everyone knows he took drugs. What celebrity doesn't take drugs?
Yeah, he was very young as well at the time.
He was really
young.
It's really hard for me to think, because my mind gravitates towards my wives.
Julia.
All of them.
All your wives, right? Oh my gosh, you've got tons.
But then I'm thinking, really realistically, what the benefits are and what these people are actually like. Obviously, we don't know these people, so it's very hard. It'd be really cool to be friends with a vegan celebrity, but the only vegan I can think of off the top of my head is like Joaquin Phoenix. But that, by default, then means I get Rooney Mara as well. So I get one of your wives crossed off. But
But
he's not exactly like...
no.
He'd be strange.
Yeah, he's not.
I love him, but he's strange.
Yeah.
One time, somebody trying to be insulting said, "You're as bad as Joaquin," and I thought that was one of the coolest things anyone's ever said.
I would love as my best friend Ricky Gervais. I'd love him as a best friend.
I thought of him earlier.
I'd laugh all day and all night, and you could have serious chats with him. I love his views on things.
I literally thought that.
Even if I don't agree with some of them, I love listening to him. He's just amazing. I'd love to.
I mean, we do have a cat called Ricky Gervais, just to give you an idea of our love. We can make him go vegan.
My dead person is definitely George.
I mean, my dead person would be Michael Jackson, there's no...
I know yours would.
I do literally have his name tattooed. Much to everyone in the world's horror.
What is your financial situation?
I'm in an incredible financial situation.
See, I thought of...
Carl Pilkington.
I thought of Carl.
No.
We do share a birthday, me and Carl Pilkington.
No, don't, Carl. He'd drive you mad.
Ricky would be more annoying. Think about when he hoovered Carl's face. When Carl was trying to concentrate.
But Ricky's so funny.
You
as long as he didn't pick on me, but I'd say to him, if you pick on me, I'll twist your
Mum
testicles.
doesn't like being roasted.
I don't care about that. I just don't want any pranks, thank you. What's this doing over here?
It was the man who wasn't there. Sorry, I told my mum about that poem and she's so scared now.
Don't talk about things like that.
See, okay, you've got like my major like top 3 wives. You've got Beyonce, Julia Roberts, Linda Hamilton. I love all 3 of them so much, but I just feel like...
Linda would be great. What about Arnie?
I guess by default Linda then comes into the picture, but...
Arnie'd be a good best friend. I know he's a bit of a Republican, but
yeah, I don't
he's
want...
a good person though.
Yeah, but I don't want a Republican in my life.
No, but he's...
Jeremy Corbyn, that's my pick.
Oh my god, that's a million.
I won.
I love that.
I won the internet.
Jeremy Corbyn is really good.
Question for your cute mumsy.
Oh,
What qualities does Mary get from you?
this is going to sound very vain. I don't mean it to at all, but from a very, very young age, Mary has definitely got my empathy. I think we're both empaths, and I think we
Don't
both...
say that.
Why?
Because people who like are self-proclaimed empaths are usually really, really
Nasty.
sociopathic.
Oh, I don't mean it like that. I don't mean it like that. I just mean that sometimes we're so empathetic, it's not good for us. People can walk over us. Not anymore with me, because I've learnt my lesson.
I haven't.
But I'm teaching Mary. Mary has got the same sort of empathy gene as me. She is well-mannered, another quality she's got from me. And she's well-spoken. She tried not to be for a while.
I went for a chav phase.
She was trying to be a chav to fit in. Mary never fitted in the box. The best box Mary's ever fitted in is the vegan box, for sure. Do you remember trying to be a chav?
That was fun
You
times.
cute bugger. It didn't work.
I know.
What qualities do you think I've given you? What
I
about
don't-
bad qualities?
No, I
Are there
don't-
any bad ones?
I don't know, because all I can think of is all my flaws, which you don't have. Like, I'm really, really judgmental and you're not at all. And I'm really...
You're not judgmental.
No, I am a bit.
You can be occasionally.
I also can be very spiteful, and my mum is like the least spiteful person ever. Like, I will, if I'm like mad, I will go out of my way to say the meanest possible thing that I can
Yeah,
concoct.
she'll make me cry.
I will try and think what's going to be the most cutting thing
Yeah,
I
it's
could
really
possibly
bad.
say, and I'll just say it like without. And then there's remorse like pretty instantly.
Yeah,
but,
there is.
but it's the fact that I've tried to concoct that's really messed up. Actually, that's a little bit.
It must be from your dad. It's not from me.
And I'm also really lazy, and neither you or Dad are lazy, so I'm not sure where that comes from.
Yeah. No, I'm not lazy at all.
I'm very unmotivated and depressed though, and I think that's a big part of it.
I think depression is probably I've given you.
Good qualities though.
Good qualities. She's got.
I'm very loyal to people, and
Oh,
so are
your
you.
loyalty's your best quality.
Like, once I, like, love someone, that's it, you're stuck. I would, like, do anything for anyone. Like, if I love you, if you call me at 4 a.m. and say, Mary, I need help, I'll find a way to get to you. Like, even if I have to, like, take money out of my savings and get a taxi to you across the country, I'll do it. Like...
Yeah.
And I get that off Mum. Like, if she was physically better, she would. But, like, she's a real, like, emotional, like, support. Like, she will call people at any time of day and, you know. Oh, I love this so much. What a unique question. Describe your mother and daughter relationship as a sandwich. And I immediately think peanut butter and jam because peanut butter and jelly because we complement
complement each other.
And people either love us or hate us.
True.
especially as a duo. And I think some people would be wigged out by peanut butter and jam, but that's stupid and they're stupid. No offense.
No, we're definitely peanut butter and jelly for sure.
Peanut butter and
Jam,
jelly.
sorry. Because Mary's got a very masculine,
Like aura.
yeah, presence, and I'm quite a feminine presence.
But it works.
And it really
We're
works
really
because
opposite.
we don't get on each other's nerves. I think if Mary was very feminine like me, we'd grate on each other, wouldn't we?
I've got more masculine as I've got older.
Yeah, Mary definitely has. She's got some testosterone going around in that body, for sure.
So why you said I should be friends with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
No.
Please imagine him trying to make me go to the gym.
No.
He'd hate me because I'm fat.
He'd be great. See, I would love to be friends with Gordon Ramsay, but he'd whip me and make me cook. He'd make me get fit. He'd say, don't care if you're dying of lung disease, get a move on.
I'm awful. I don't know if I'm hormonal, but when you said like he'd whip me, I just thought dirty things.
Mary!
I'm so sorry. Anyway, next question.
Yeah.
What are 3 things you value most about each other? Oh, fun nuggets! The things I value most about my mum. You are the kindest person in the whole world.
Mary, I'm not.
Literally everybody who meets my mum, and I'm like not just saying this, I'm sorry, but everyone who meets her says this, she's the nicest person in the whole world. Like there is no one as nice. Literally.
My mum, oh Jesus, nice.
No, you're different to anyone else. My mum's a bit like a dog. You know how dogs just give and give and give and give, and like even if you abuse a dog, they'll still wag their tail at you and love up on you forever. That is my mum. She is like a dog. Like all the good qualities of a dog. Second quality is you are the most generous person I know.
Oh no, you're the most generous person. I
I'm
know.
really stingy.
She's not at all.
Mary doesn't share food.
Not at. Yes, you do.
Well, when I was a kid, I used to share Easter eggs and stuff. But like now, you're not touching my chocolate, bruv.
I remember like about 2-3 months ago, I really, it's very rare for me to fancy chocolate, and I really did. And I said, Mary, have you got any chocolate? And she gave me this Vigo bar, which we shared half and half. And I found out sort of after that she'd been keeping that for a special occasion because she loves Vigo bars so much. And she
But
just
you
gave
are
it
a
to
special
me.
occasion.
Mary.
But anyway, Mum's the most generous person I know. Like, if she's got £1 in the bank and that's it, if someone says, I am hungry, I need something, she just give away the £1 and just say, fine, go and buy a 50p bag of rice. She is the most generous person ever, so that's number 2. And then number 3 is she's fucking hilarious. She makes me laugh literally all day. Like, I know we all joke about my weight, but I'm sure I'd be 25 stone if I didn't live with Mum because she makes me laugh so much that I must burn some calories.
That's hilarious.
You really do. You don't know how witty you are. I used to keep like a diary of all the funny things you'd say.
Mary.
But I haven't updated it since 2014, which is really sad because it was so good. But yeah, she's like the funniest person ever, and you're even funnier when you're high, but you're just brilliant in general. Okay, so those are Mummy's best qualities.
The qualities I love about Mary.
Oh, I hate taking compliments.
Oh, she's the most generous person I've ever met. So many of her friends will back me on that. Like Shah, Niall. I think they all back me that she's so generous. She just, oh my God. I have to say to her, if she goes out with friends, I literally have to say to her, right, did you pay for the dinner tonight? And she'll say yes. And I'll say, well, do you take turns? No.
I like paying for people's dinners. I like feeding people.
I have to actually say, because we're poor, really. So I have to say, when you next go out with somebody,
we're privileged.
You have to say that you can't beg for them. And I have to sort of keep her from spending all her money on everybody. And she's always saying, oh, Mum, I love giving people things. If I had money, oh, the things I do for people. And she actually fantasises about giving things away. And she is the most generous person. If I said to her, oh, your dinner looks delicious, I'm salivating at it, oh, I wish I had it, she'd give it to me. Without the shadow of a doubt, she'd give me the dinner. Anyway, so she is the most generous person. She's also hilarious.
This is so funny, you're picking all the same qualities.
I know she says I am, but she really is. Her and Ruth are my 2 funniest people in the world.
Ruth's someone she went to school with.
Ruth's my best friend. Both of them can make me belly laugh, and I love it. And I think with Mary, that one of the qualities I really value is her loyalty. She's so loyal to me that if I phone somebody and she can hear them and they don't sound really, really nice to me, she'll say, well, what was wrong with them? What did they say?
I'm very protective.
And she's so protective. And if, say, my sister's in a bit of a mood, she'll say, why did she talk to you like that? And anyway, she's very, very loyal, and she would protect me to the ends of the earth. And she would any of her friends, to a fault where I, again, have to school her and say, stop. Because they're going to walk over you, and I have to stop her from doing things.
Okay, so we're carrying on with the Q&A. I feel like I'm wearing the same top though as when I started, but believe it or not, it's been some time. April asks, Mary, what's a short version of your coming out story?
Cool.
And then Julie asks, how old were you when you realised you were gay, and did you try to suppress it at first? And then Johnny says, Mary, can you describe your coming out story as a fellow raging homosexual? I love to hear these stories.
Yeah.
So I've kind of got 3 separate things that I can combine them. I'm gonna do everything. I'm gonna try and like condense this as much as possible. When I was really little, literally from like a really young age, I was saying to mum, I'm going to marry a woman. I would really get on with like certain girls, and I would say to mum, I'm going to marry them when I'm older. That's what I want to do. And then I don't know how old I was, but I got babysat by this lesbian couple, and I said to mum afterwards, how come they live together? And she explained like that sometimes men love men, sometimes women love women, sometimes people love both, and it's all fine. And I immediately latched onto that idea, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, that's what I want to do. I think you probably thought because I was so young, oh, she doesn't really like understand what that would entail.
No, I did.
Did you?
But you were so clever. I knew that you were fine for me to tell you and you'd get it. Mm-hmm. You didn't need to know the mechanics of it.
Well, no, just that they were in love, and that was
they
that.
loved each other. And
The same way as any other couple. When I was 9, I hit puberty, so sexual feelings started to like come out. I know it's very, very young, but
actually, you were 8
even, sorry. I started to develop sexual feelings towards women, but I didn't know how to describe that or what was going on, but like I would get crushes on people and they were sexual, but I didn't know how or why or what was happening with that. It came out in the form of like fixations, but like the sexual side was like internalized. I never really told you that. Yeah.
Thank you, darling. Yeah, you didn't tell me that.
No, I did though, like have sexual feelings towards certain women.
Oh, I knew that, I think.
And then when I was 12, I got really fixated with someone, and I told my friend that I actually felt like I was in love with her. I didn't say, oh, I'm gay. I just said, I think I'm in love with this woman. And my friend was really sweet, and she supported me for like a year until I eventually had the courage to come out to mum via text at school. I didn't say, Mum, I'm gay. I sent her a text and said, I really have strong feelings for this woman. And we dealt with it.
We did have a phone call where you said, and I just said, I love you no matter what.
The thing is that I have only really realised as an adult is that sexuality is so fluid. There's not just straight and gay and bi. There's like such a spectrum.
Oh, yeah.
Like straight women can be completely straight, but have maybe like a one-off crush on a woman.
Yeah, that's what's happened with me in the past, isn't it?
Or share a sexual experience with a woman that they really enjoy, but never again.
Yeah.
Or sexuality is just not like, it's just not this and that. It's everything. And I didn't know that, and nor did Mum.
Do you know I've had loads of crushes on women? I've had loads. Emma Willis, do you remember my crush on her?
Rita Ora for a while.
And then...
It doesn't make you any less straight, it just...
Of course it doesn't.
It's just a spectrum, it's just a thing. I didn't realise that Mum had kind of accepted this and moved on.
I hadn't moved on, I just did not want to say the wrong thing.
So she was very nervous to say anything.
Well, no, I was quiet about it. Also, I just thought, well...
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, so what's the big whoop? Yeah.
And I didn't know whether Mum had accepted it because I'm an imbecile. But I remember little things happening, like I remember London Bridge by Fergie came out and we were watching the video and Mum was like, oh my God, you fancy her. And I was, oh God, I feel embarrassed talking about this now.
Don't be silly.
I've got that childhood embarrassment. Like,
no, it was great. I suddenly saw Fergie like being all sexy and I thought,
And then that happened. But then the day when I felt like everything was really perfect, perfect was, this is so funny, we were in the car and Mum said something like, I love you, my little lesbian daughter.
Didn't I say I love you, little weirdo lesbian?
Yeah, something like that. And so silly and insignificant, but I've never forgotten it because I just thought, oh my God, that's it, she accepts it. For me though, I had internalised homophobia, so I took quite a long
I
time.
did go through a phase of like having gay pride.
Oh yeah.
Don't forget that.
Oh, she was cray-cray and I loved
And I
it.
used to buy all the rainbow necklaces.
Yeah, she bought me jewellery. She bought this hilarious magnet, which I had to throw away because it's got mould on it. But there was this magnet that said, surprise, I'm a lesbian. Which, that was a loud clap. I had a lot of internalised homophobia and it took me a long time to not feel disgusted at myself. Not because...
Mary.
And it's funny though, because I didn't think other lesbians were disgusting. I thought I was disgusting.
Darling?
Because society tells you that it's disgusting.
That's so awful.
I took a long time to not feel really repulsed by myself. And I remember the exact moment that I accepted myself. I was in geography. There were two people in front of me. There was the boy and the girl.
Can I make it any more obvious?
And I looked from one to the other, and I thought, I'm just going to call them Jeff and Fiona. And I'm looking at Jeff, Fiona. And I suddenly thought to myself, it doesn't matter if I would rather be with a Fiona than a Jeff. And I burst into tears in geography because it hit me. And that was the minute I accepted myself.
I'm so happy you did.
I hope I answered everybody's questions properly about this. Oh, bless. April said, what's the short version? Sorry, April. Julie said, how old were you when you realised? Well, arguably two, but... And did you try to suppress it? Yes and no. More because I didn't understand it.
But you kind of did a bit. Can I ask you a question?
No.
No.
Of course you can. Come on.
Has it ever, like in your adult life, have you ever thought, oh, it'd be so much easier if I was hetero or anything like along the lines of that?
No.
Good.
I don't know why.
I'm so glad you haven't thought out like that.
I do find it funny though when you encounter homophobic people because it's not like I've chosen this.
I know.
It's always so funny to me. I'm always like,
You were
well,
born like that, my lovely.
exactly. Cue Born This Way by Lady Gaga. Okay, next question. Oh, the lovely Shirley, who is April's mummy, and they watch our videos together, mummy-daughter.
That's so cute.
They're not the only mummy-daughter duo that do that.
Oh!
And I love this question so much. Thank you for the creative ones. You are now banned from the local library. What would be the reason for it? I love that. For me, it would probably be talking too loudly. Incessant talking and laughing loudly.
Yeah.
It would be something very silly.
It'd be definitely
Oh.
talking for you.
The other one might be eating. Eating in the library.
Mine would be
You're such a good girl. I don't think you'd ever get banned.
laughing. Belly laughing. You know when I can't stop? Yeah. If Bruce was with me.
I don't know why, but I can imagine you opening a fizzy bottle really loudly and me saying like, I'm going to tell on you because I'm like that kind of person. And you say, Mary, stop, and then you just fizzing so loudly and it echoes across the library.
No, belly laughing, I think.
Shirley's other question, I love this one. Would you rather own a horse the size of a cat or a cat the size of a mouse?
I want both, please. But
If I had to choose, I'd have the cat the size of a mouse.
me too.
Because it'd be so hard to look after a horse,
Yeah.
even if they were the size of a cat. So the answer
Yeah,
is
definitely.
cat the size of a mouse.
Yeah.
Look at her fat leg. Oh, I wish you could see
she's
Linda.
got a chunky chicken drumstick.
Like Homer used to have.
Yes.
Oh, this one's just for you. Carrie, I know you have had a fantastic career in healthcare. Can you tell us about the happiest memory you have in your time nursing? I'm so excited to hear
Oh
this.
gosh, the happiest memory. Well, obviously aside from socialising and all of that sort of thing in the nurses' home, the happiest memory on the wards, it'd probably be the feeling I used to get, oh I love this, when literally everybody had worked really hard and pulled their finger out and the ward was immaculate, patients all really happy. They'd had everything done for them and it'd be sunny outside but we'd all be allowed to chill for a little while. And I mean, obviously there's always something to do. You can always find something when you're on the wards, but say it was a bank holiday, you'd like just be really chill, sitting down. And when you got sent for lunch, you know, they'd say, oh, take an extra 15 minutes. And you'd saunter back and know that you weren't doing anything then. And just that lovely, lovely feeling of everybody being happy.
Aww. I mean, obviously you can't really talk about patients because of confidentiality.
Well, no, I can't name them. But
You could probably talk
are
about.
you talking about?
I don't know. What about like a nice patient? Tell me, who's your favourite patient you've ever had?
That's a really good question.
I've had so many, and you've mentioned so many to me over the years.
My favourite patient I've ever had. When I was an auxiliary, not trained, and I worked in that old people's home, because I nursed them all the time, and it was, you'd get very close to them because, you know, you were always with them. And I think Hilda was my favourite of a patient. I have got a photo of her up in one of the photo albums.
I know, the old lady.
Yes, she's probably my favourite patient ever. Although she was sort of old, she coped really well, but she had the nicest nature. You'd say to her, Hilda, would you like to go back to your bed now, sweetheart? And she'd say, yes, I think that would be a good idea. And you'd sort of walk down the ward with her and she'd hold your hand and things like that.
She sounds really cute.
Oh, she was oh God, she was gorgeous. I hope that's answered your questions.
And then the last one, Holly House Beauty asked, when did you start using the word disabled? I don't like to, except I struggle with things. I didn't really start till I was 23, is the short answer. All my life, like going to like a mainstream primary school, I was sort of told, you're not disabled. It was Miss Ogley. You know what? I'm going to name her. I'm going to name and shame.
Yeah, she was
Ogley.
She was an awful...
I'm doing first and last name.
Yeah,
I hope she finds this.
Yeah, she was an awful
Anne
woman.
Ogley, you tortured me. You used to tell me all the time at school,
That there was nothing wrong with you.
don't you say that, Mary. When someone hit me in the head, I said that was really dangerous because of my brain damage. Don't you say that, Mary. Don't you start.
Don't show up, don't come out, don't start caring about me now.
Hate you, Anne Ogley.
Her heart was black. Her soul was. Actually, I think her soul had left her body. I don't think she had one. Is pink lemonade sexy?
Don't start caring.
That's all the questions. Thank you so much for coming to the Q&A.
Oh, love you guys. Anyone that wants to ask any more questions,
Always feel
ask
free.
away.
Love you all.
Bye.
Bye.